Hey Wolfpack, it's Thursday, March 29th, 2018. I'm Calissa Swanson.
And I'm Hadley Sabisky.
And this is your Wolfpack News.
Hadley Sabisky.
Jacob Goebel.
Erin Sweeney.
Corey Shear.
Jessica Basso.
Jacob Goebel.
Logan Keevan.
Calissa Swanson.
Hi, I'm Jessica Basso with National News. Last Saturday, millions of people across the country took to the streets, led by youth organizations and the survivors of the Parkland school shootings, to protest what they deemed an easy access to guns and what they said was an undue influence on American gun policy by groups like the NRA. The demonstration was one of hundreds March for Our Lives events in the U.S. and even other parts of the world. The spark that ignited the movement was the shooting that killed 17 students and teachers last month in the Parkland, Florida school shooting. The crowded streets in San Francisco and Boston were even visible by orbiting satellites. Portland, Oregon police closed an 8-block section of Congress Street and all the way to Congress Square and City Hall to allow the march. Protesters represented every age group, from toddlers on shoulders and 80-year-olds in wheelchairs. Jessica Gordon, the city spokeswoman, put the number at 5,000, maybe even a little more. 8 student speakers from the middle school to even college addressed the crowd, demanding gun control measure and an electoral wave in November to remove politicians who received NRA campaign contributions. Here is some footage from March.
Hey there, Wolfpack. Since time is dwindling down for us students, there's been a lot of questions circulating about the hot list. And as we all know, the hot list is one thing that nobody wants to be on. So just to clarify some questions that you all may have, here's an interview with Mr. Ham. Good morning, Mr. Ham.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, is that working? All right, what's up? What you got for me today?
Okay, so some quick questions about the hot list. If you could specify, what specifically is the hot list?
Well, that's why I'm standing by this water cooler right now, because the hot list can get very hot. And so when you start talking about the hot list, you got to be something around cool, because it's going to have to cool this conversation down. Yeah, the hot list. The hot list has been around for a few years, and what we do is on a weekly basis, we on Wednesdays after school, we take every student and we poll their grades and their attendance to determine whether they are meeting the standards or expectations that we require our students to have here at the Academy. So how do you get on it? Is you have 2 out of 4 of your classes you're failing, or you're missing more than 20% of attendance leading up to each week. So if you're missing a lot of time, basically, or you're coming to school late multiple times and not fixing it, then you're going to be put on the hot list. So those are the students that are warned. But this is a good opportunity to talk about what we're going to do with the hot list moving forward. Sometimes kids are not responding to their position on the hot list a little bit, and what I mean by that is they're not improving their grades, they're not improving their attendance, and they're kind of just going through the motions. And it can be very frustrating when you want it more than the kid does. or the kid's not coming forward and giving you information about what's going on in their personal life so we can help them. They're just kind of fading away. So as we know, we have progress reports every 3 weeks. That's when the hot list comes out. So the first one for this quarter is actually April 10th, right when we get back from spring break. We're going to put people on notice. That's where you're going to receive a verbal warning from Miss H, Miss Sharon. She's going to call you down. She's going to call your parent. You're going to get served a letter. And that is basically saying, hey, listen, for the first 3 weeks, things are slipping. We want you to pick it back up. We want to make sure everybody knows what's going on. Then early in May will be the second hot list. And that one is getting a little bit more hot because now we're moving towards the end of the quarter. So that is going to result, if you're on the hot list, even if it's for the first time in the quarter, or if it's your second time, is a parent conference. So they're going to be meeting with me. That's when I'm going to sign the withdrawal form, and I'm also going to put everybody on notice that if by the end of the quarter, by the end of the 9 weeks, if you still have 2 or more Fs, or if you're still missing too much school, you will start next school year, if you choose to, because the only choice you will have will be in the SNAP program. And that's where you have to find your own transportation, and you have to complete 4 online courses before I accept you back the next quarter into the academy or Career Quest program.
So there you have it. All of your questions have been answered. So if you even think you're on the hot list, please contact Mr. Ham or Mr. Guzzo.
Hey Wolfpack, I'm Corey Shear with another edition of the Bookshelf. Today the book I have for you is called Scythe, a fantastic dystopian sci-fi novel that leaves you wanting more by the end. Thankfully for all you readers, there is more. The second book in the series is called Thunderhead, which was published this year. This book series was recommended to me by the lovely librarian, Mrs. Coleman, during one of her book talks. I don't know about you, but I'm hooked. Ready to turn the page in this series? Well, that's all for this chapter of the Bookshelf.
It's weather time with Aaron Sweeney. This will be the last sweater-worthy morning for a few days in Southwest Florida as change brings in our weather pattern today. Winds will shift out of the south under mainly clear skies during the day and will bring air that is more humid back across our part of the state. Overnight temperatures will drop to around 59 degrees before the cooler weather drags temperatures down to the more normal average in the low 70s. Saturday's skies should be sunny and clear with a high temperature of 73, the lows dropping around 50. Forecast said Sunday offers much of the same with a high of 72 and a low of 50. By Tuesday, another front may bring scattered and isolated showers, increasing the chance of rain around 20% and increasing into the middle of the next week. Forecast said,
You guys, spring break is just around the corner, and here are a few clips what people are going to do over spring break. Enjoy the clips.
Hi, we're here with Miss Myers talking about our spring break. So, what are you doing for spring break?
Well, very looking forward to it, very, very much. But Mr. Myers finishing up some studies. He's been in college, and so he's going to finish on April 2nd. So that's the Monday. The rest of the week, we're going camping. We're going to go to Blue Springs and Rainbow Springs, do some kayaking, and get outside and enjoy the good weather.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What you doing for spring break?
I'm going to be working, probably going fishing, riding it, doing a lot of stuff. It's going to be crazy.
I'm planning on playing some Fortnite with my friends and just chill out, lay back, you know.
As you know, spring break's just next week. So, what's your plans?
My plans, I'm going up to Indianapolis to go spend some time with my daughters. Then I'm going to do some fishing, a little bit of golfing. That's about it.
Sounds fun.
It is. It will be.
What about you?
I'm going to be on a cruise.
Wonderful. Back to you, Tim.
Hey guys, it's nice to see you. For spring break, I am flying up to Buffalo, New York.
What's up, Wolfpack? Happy spring break. I hope everybody has a wonderful spring break. I know a lot of people will be traveling and working, fishing, doing a whole bunch of other things. And most of all, and most importantly, I hope everybody's safe and has a wonderful time to be around family.
Okay, Do you believe in aliens? Do they exist?
Yes, they do.
There have been a lot of UFO sightings, and people have said to have seen aliens before, and have went as far as to say that they've been abducted by them. Now, when I say aliens, I don't necessarily mean like green little monsters. Even some look like humans, or appear human-like. There are supposedly many different kinds of alien forms, such as the Greys. These creatures are described as very pale, gray, and wrinkly, and have large bulbous foreheads with unblinking black eyes, and stand 3 to 6 feet tall. They are very thin, with oversized heads, and weigh anywhere near 50 to 90 pounds. Those who have encountered these types of aliens have said their skin has a texture of like an ocean mammal. They have 3 to 4 webbed fingers and similar feet, and have no ears. They are said to be more on the evil side.
The next alien form is called the reptilians. About 20% of alien abductees describe the reptilian encounters as Earth-dwelling reptilian beings are humanoid and stand about 6 to 9 feet tall. Their human-like body is very muscular with long arms and legs and 3 long fingers. The skin has green and brown scales. They also have tails. With a cone-shaped head, they appear to have bony ridges that begin at the forehead and continue down the back of the skull, with white eyes and slits for pupils.
The last alien form is called the Nordic, aka the Blonde. They have a very human-like appearance and stand about 5 to 7 feet tall. Nordics always have blonde hair with light eyes. The most typical shade is blue. Believers in this type of creature say they communicate with telepathy. Of course, these sightings are all in good fun.
We all know that aliens don't exist.
They absolutely do not exist. Dude.
Staff has done a great job of making it conducive to all learners and all programs across the board. So for an alternative school, I feel like the Academy in Charlotte County has really taken a life of its own to be a great resource to not only the students but to the district.
And that's it for today's broadcast.
And remember, if it's news,
it's at the Academy.
Oh my god.
Very good wave. That's nice. Okay.
I am not trying to
Well, thank you so much for clarifying the snap.
No, thank you. Okay, I appreciate this interview and taking the time to visit me. See, this water cooler has kept me cool because when we talk about the hot list, it gets heated, okay? So children, we love you so much. We're just so glad you're here. We just hope that you make good choices and work hard and that you can graduate from high school here at the Academy. Signing out here live in Mr. Ham's office, it's Mr. Ham himself. Have a good day.